Next up is .44 JSP. It has 72 base damage and 18 armor damage, which is very good for a pistol round. Damage, a tier. One round is as cheap as a bag of cookies, only costing around 170 Coin, and 30 rounds will cost around 5,000 Coin. Price, S tier. You can only use it in one weapon, the Desert Eagle, the second most powerful pistol in the game. But even so, it's still a garbage rating since there's pretty much only one option. Weapon variety, D tier. It has a bullet velocity of 450 meters per second, slow enough to take a dump before it hits anything, +3 accuracy, and +2 vertical and horizontal recoil control. Other stats, D tier. Next up is 5.7 by 28 SS-190. It has 49 base damage and 17.6 armor damage. It's nothing special, but you can use it in top tier guns, which I'll get to in a minute. Damage, B tier. It's also very expensive, costing around 511 Coin per round, and around 15,000 Coin for 30 rounds. Price, D tier. You can use it in 3 weapons, the AR-57, P90, and F-57. The AR-57 and P90 are top-tier guns used by a lot of good players. However, you can't use it in any cheap guns and you're limited to 3 expensive options to choose from. Weapon variety, D tier. It has a bullet velocity of 716 meters per second, +5 accuracy, and -2 and 4 vertical and horizontal recoil control. Other stats, A tier. Next up is 5.56 by 45 ME55A1. It has 49 base damage and 17.5 armor damage, just like previous round.
Same shit, different day.
However, it's way more popular due to the number of great weapons you can use it with. Damage, D tier. It costs around 440 Coin per round, and around 13,000 Coin for 30 rounds.
Not bad, but not good.
Yeah.
Price, C tier. It can be used in 12 weapons. The M4A1, H416, DTMDR, AK102, AUG, F2000, SCAR-L, SG550, MCX, M96, Mini 14, and M16. It gives players a lot of freedom to pick whatever AR they like using. Weapon variety, S tier. It has an extremely fast bullet velocity of 945 meters per second, +4 accuracy, and -2 and 4 vertical and horizontal recoil control. Other stats, S tier. Next up is 5.8 by 42 DVP-88. It has 51 base damage and 19 armor damage. Damage, C tier.
Not bad, not bad. Now you.
It costs 370 Coin per round, and 30 rounds cost around 11,000 Coin, which is not bad. Price, B tier. You can only use it in 2 weapons, the T951 and T03. Both are good ARs, but you're not really spoiled with choice. Weapon variety, D tier. It has a bullet velocity of 870 meters per second.
That's pretty good.
+4 accuracy, and -2 and 4 vertical and horizontal recoil control. Other stats, S tier. Next up is 5.56 by 39 BP. It has 48 base damage and 16.8 armor damage, which is the lowest so far. Damage, D tier. It costs around 350 Coin per round, and 30 rounds cost around 10,500 Coin.
I mean, it's alright, like...
Price, B tier. It can be used in 4 guns, the AK-74N, AN-94, AK-12, the RPK, and the AKS-74U. Weapon stats, C tier. It has a bullet velocity of 890 meters per second, +4 accuracy, and -2 and 4 vertical and horizontal recoil control. Other stats, S tier. Next up is 9 by 39, 7N9, and SP6. I decided to do both because they are both 9 by 39mm, and it didn't make sense to separate them. 7N9 has 57 base damage and 12.6 armor damage. SP6 has 57 base damage and 18 armor damage. Damage, B tier and C tier. 7N9 costs 486 Coin per round, and 30 rounds cost around 4,500 Coin.
No, 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 hell no!
SP6 costs 364 Coin per round, and 30 rounds cost around 11,900 Coin. Price, C tier and B tier. Both 7N9 and SP6 can be used in only one gun, the VSS Marksman, and it's not cheap, which automatically makes this round the worst when it comes to weapon variety. Weapon variety, D tier. Both also have the worst bullet velocity. 7N9 has a bullet velocity of 310 meters per second, and SP6 has a bullet velocity of 305 meters per second. Here are their other stats. Other stats, D tier. Now for the round with the best overall stats in Arena Breakout. P38 UPZ ammo. It has an insane 118 base damage and 29.5 armor damage, which easily makes it the highest damaging T4 round in the game. Damage, S tier. It's extremely cheap, only costing around 220 coin per round and 6,600 for 30 rounds. Price, S tier. It can only be used in two very expensive snipers, the AR-30 and SJ-16. Each of them cost upwards of 90,000 coin, which is something I personally wouldn't buy. But if you have godly sniping skills, then I highly recommend you give it a spin. Weapon variety, D tier. It has a bullet velocity of 849 meters per second, plus 3 accuracy and -1 and 2 vertical and horizontal recoil control. Other stats, S tier.